Hey guys, it's Vicki Kinner, independent Scentsy consultant, Scentsy director with Team Scented Style. And today I'm going to be resharing a video that I shared last year about the same time when I was recovering from severe COVID pneumonia. And so the video has me in my oxygen mask, but it's my why and my Scentsy story. And I still love that video. I still think it's a great video. I look a hot mess, but that's okay, right? Anyway, it's still valid. It's still my Scentsy why. It's still my Scentsy story. And so I really, really wanted to reshare it. Anyways, so if you like the video, please give it a like. And if you enjoy my content, consider subscribing. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you know when I post something new. What else? Oh, don't forget to comment. I don't know if you've seen this video before. It's literally from, I think, last February. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of scary seeing me in an oxygen with the oxygen in again. And it brought back a lot of like my feels because it was a hard time, but I made it. And so I just wanted to reshare it. All right, guys, let's get into it. Share with you my why. Why do I share Scentsy? Why am I a Scentsy consultant? Now, my why has changed quite a bit since October 16th, 2016, when I first joined Scentsy. So the reason I actually joined is because I was ordering Scentsy all the time. I was already a Scentsy addict. And finally, my consultant said, why don't you just join so you can bundle your orders with friends and get free and half price Scentsy with your parties, you know, the hostess rewards, and make a commission. And I was like, oh, that sounds good, you know? So it was pretty quickly I started sponsoring people and building my team, and I started to see my pay increase. And it went from being able to pay my car payment to being able to, you know, pay my car payment and get groceries. And then later on get, you know, pay my cable bill and then my phone bill. Like my pay started getting bigger. And, you know, I'm a single mom. Now I have a good job. I work on the docks, but it's never been my thing. I got it because it was passed down to me from my dad, who passed away, who worked on the docks. And that's just kind of how it went. But I never had a burning desire to be a longshoreman. But the Scentsy thing was like my thing. I was enjoying it. And like I said, I'm a single mom. I have 2 adult daughters that have autism. And they are going to need me, you know, forever. One is high functioning. One is moderately functioning. You'll hear this in the background. That's her, huh, Tay-Tay?
I'm a new girl.
Yeah, that's my daughter, Taylor. But she's going to need me forever. So, you know, they're both going to really need my assistance. And so, like I said, I'm on my own. So this money started, you know, really helping me pay for things. You know, I own my home and things come up. As a matter of fact, just the other day, my power went out, half my power went out. And, yeah, after the electrician left, that was $450, you know, so my Scentsy money really started making an impact in my life. And so I started looking at it as a business and taking it very serious. And I started working really hard at it. And, you know, I earned 3 trips. So the first trip I earned was a few years ago. I had only been with Scentsy, I think less than a year, and I earned a trip for 2 on the brand new ship. It was brand new at the time. It had 9 cruises on it so far at the time. The Symphony of the Seas, and it was out of Spain, and we went to another place in Spain, Palma de Mallorca, which is an island off the coast. And then we went to France, and we went to a couple places in Italy. It was amazing. And we had a balcony suite. So it was so cool because I actually was in the military and I'd been to most of those places before, but now I got to take my daughter. My oldest daughter went with me, and she was 18 at the time. And it was just so special because as a single mom, like, that's something I would have never been able to afford, you know, taking one of my kids to, you know, to Europe, you know? So that was so special. And she actually missed her high school graduation. They were walking the stage while we were in Pompeii. We went to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You know, we got to do the little, you know, picture where you're holding up the tower. And we went to Rome, and we went to the Vatican, and we had the best time in France. That was our favorite location. And we had a wonderful time in Barcelona. And so that was amazing. Hi, Tay-Tay. You being a good girl?
Yes,
you are. So we had an amazing time. And I can't believe that I earned that all expense paid cruise in my first year. I had to work really hard, but I earned it. And I was so proud. And my daughter had the best time. Those are memories that, like, oh my gosh, she will have forever. We had the best time. And her, you know, me and my girls are best friends. So that was amazing. Then 2 years ago, I earned a trip for last year, but we didn't get to go. It was a cruise to Bermuda, but obviously because of the Rona, I didn't get to go. But Scentsy actually paid me money, and it really helped me. It was nice to get that money. So that came in handy. I would have liked to go to Bermuda, but I'm not going to pass up, you know, the money. So then last year I earned for this year, I only earned for myself, but I can bring my kids. I can pay to bring my kids to Disney World in June. Now, we are still not sure if that's going to happen, but if it doesn't, I'll still get paid money. So I'm like, you know, if we don't go, we don't go. But so my why has changed. I love doing the trips. I love having extra money. My daughter's doing jujitsu, and that's $160 a month. So, you know, I got to pay that. And then, you know, my girls are not working. So, like, I'm the sole provider still, and they're 20 and 21. And, you know, that's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. And so Scentsy has really, really, really helped my family. You know, I'm able to say yes instead of no a lot, you know, and my girls are so good. They don't ask for much. So when they do ask, it's nice to be able to have the money to say yes, you know, because they're not spoiled. They don't ask a lot. But, you know, I used to have to say, I just don't have the money. And now I'm able to be a little more, you know, financially giving, if you know what I mean, with my kids. And so that feels really good. You know, that feels really, really good. My daughter was in cheer. I don't know if you guys have ever had a kid in cheer, but if you've had a kid in any sort of sports or something, you know it's pricey. She was in cheer. She was in drill team a year prior. And, you know, then every time they move up, they need new uniforms, and those uniforms are expensive. So Scentsy has helped with all of that. So it's been great. It's been great. So I just love it. I just love it. I've made so many friends, and that's one of the things that keeps me in it too, because being a single mom with kids with special needs, you know, I don't go out. Like, my going out is like going to the grocery store or like, you know, going to Marshall's or TJ Maxx. Like that's my outing. I don't go out, you know, so I don't have a social life. So my friends from Scentsy and my customers who are now my friends, you know, that's my social outlet. And I love that. I love that. That like, it feeds my soul. So obviously you can see that now I'm wearing an oxygen mask. Well, that's another thing with Scentsy is when things come up, you know, it really helps to have that side hustle money. In December, I went on a trip to Arizona. That's part of my why as well. That's the main part of my why. And I'll get into that in a minute. We went to Arizona to see some friends and to look around because I eventually want to move there. And while we were there, I caught the Rona. So when I got home on the 4th of January, I started getting sick. And I got very, very, very sick. And so I literally hadn't worked since December 26th, right? And I was supposed to be going back to work, but now I got the Rona and I got very sick and it turned into pneumonia. And I ended up spending 11 days in the hospital and I still can't work. And, you know, now it's mid-February and I still can't work. So I haven't worked since December. My disability still hasn't kicked in. My regular job has paid me 10 days from January. They give you the 10 days. So literally, I'm living on my Scentsy money from January and February. I've already gotten paid. So if it wasn't for my Scentsy money, I don't know how I would have got my kids groceries. I just paid our cable and phone. I'm about to pay my mortgage because now my disability is about to kick in. So that's good. But like literally, Tay-Tay, Mommy's making a video, honey. No more echolalia, okay? You gotta be a little quiet. Sorry, you guys. You know, it's okay. It's okay. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble. You know, if it wasn't for my Scentsy money, I don't know what I would have done. Honestly, I have no idea what I would have done. I'm not good at saving money, so I have no money in my savings. I know, don't lecture me. I know, I got it from my mother already, okay? Oh, you should have been saving for a rainy day. I know, I just didn't do it. I just didn't do it. But yeah, so I don't know when I'm going back to work. I actually have a doctor appointment today, but I know I'm still not ready. So most likely sometime in mid-March. I don't know. I hope sooner, but I don't think so. But thank God for my Scentsy money. It's really helping me. And you know, your disability is never what you were making when you were actually working. So, you know, but the cool thing is, because Scentsy's considered a business, self-employed, they're not going to deduct my Scentsy money from my disability. So, yay, that really helps me, you know? As a single mom, this is like super duper stressful. This is awful. But I'm alive, and so I'm happy and I'm grateful. But so now let me get to where my why is now and the reason why I was in Arizona. So I live in California and I was born and raised in my town. My town has gone way downhill. There's a lot of drugs, a lot of homeless, a lot of crime, a lot of mess, and I just don't want to live here anymore. I want peace. I want to live where it's clean and people are nice, and not that everyone's not nice, but you know, it's just this hustle bustle. You know, I don't even know my neighbors. It's just not what I want. And my oldest daughter's at the age where, you know, she's going to end up having, you know, finding someone and getting married and having children. And I don't want them raised here. I want her to be somewhere where her kids could grow up, you know, having animals and having space to run and, you know, not having so much crime around. It's just not where I want to live. And it's not my happy place. I love my home, but once I leave, I'm like, oh. So my friends that live in Arizona, they invited us out. And the minute we got to Arizona, I felt like it was coming home. And we just loved it. Me and my girls went and we had the best time. Oh, there's so much beautiful nature. And we went to a deer farm and we got to pet deer and alpaca and goats. And oh, I just love it. And my youngest daughter loves animals. And it was just an experience that they would have never had where I live. You know, that's just not how it is where I live. But that's what I want for my grandkids. I'm, you know, 48 years old. I'm thinking about grandkids. And I actually have grandma fever, but I'm not rushing her, my oldest. But I do have grandma fever, real bad. But, you know, I want to be able to sell my home in California. I can buy some land, and I can buy 3 brand new mobile homes. One for me and my youngest, one for my oldest, and one for my mom. Put it on land together. So we all, I mean, I don't need fancy. I'm not a fancy person. I don't need a mansion. I just need to be comfortable. And now I don't know if you've seen, but there's some really nice mobile homes. I mean, they're like twice the size of my house, the one I want to get. But anywho, and then I want to get space for alpaca. And just in case you ever wanted to know, you have to get 3 alpaca. You can't buy one because they're herd animals. And I want those mini, like little dwarf goats. And you have to get them in at least 2s. So I want goats. I want alpacas. I want one of those fluffy chickens. And I want some turkeys all as pets. And I just want the animals, and I want to be able to go out. I actually can visualize it. Like, this is my why. This is why I'm working. This is what I'm working toward. I can visualize me out there with my daughters and my grandbabies and telling the grandbabies, here, go feed the goats. Go, you know, go pet the alpaca, you know, go whatever, you know, and being out there with the animals. Like, I want that. I want my grandkids to grow up, you know, in a very just, I don't know, like Mayberry type of way. I know maybe that's like so old school, but that's what I want. Oh, I got something on my shirt. I got a little something on my shirt. That's okay. But I can visualize it. And the town that I want to move to is a small town. It's called Chino Valley. And it's next to Prescott, which is a larger town. And Prescott has a mall, and it has, you know, I don't know if it has a Home Goods, but I know it has like TJ Maxx. It has a Michael's, has a Hobby Lobby. It has like anything you want. And it's like 15 minutes away. And the town that I want to live in is more like rural. But there's a grocery store. There's a Walgreens, there's restaurants and stuff. So there's everything there, but it's a small country town, and you can get land and you can have animals. And when we were there, everybody was so nice. Oh my gosh. It was so nice. Everybody was so friendly. We just had the best time. And the things that they do are very small town feeling. Like they have parades and, you know, of course, they didn't do that this year because of, you know, the virus, but, you know, they do a lot of like community fun stuff. And like, I can visualize holding my grandbabies on my, you know, not all of them, but one at a time on my shoulders, watching a parade, you know, and getting out there early with our blankets and stuff and sitting out there waiting for the Christmas parade or whatever. And that is what I want. And I found out with my work that I can, my other job, that I can actually retire at 59 and a half for my benefits. I'm 48. So that's not that far away. So once I get to a point where my Scentsy money is full-time money, I can actually just come back and work 7 months out of the year for a couple weeks at a time and drive back and forth. It's only 7 hours. It's not bad. And it's a gorgeous drive. It's a really nice drive. It actually goes by quick. Or I could fly if I want to, but I mean, I don't really have to. But that's what I'm going to do. So I have a 5-year plan, no longer than 5 years. I have a 3 to 5 year plan to be able to do what I'm dreaming about. And I'm so excited for it. When we were leaving, now we had never been to Arizona, but we loved it so much. We were there a week, and when we were leaving, I started crying. Like, I wanted to be there. Like, it was like my heart was hurting to leave. And gosh, that's my why. That is my why. I'm going to retire at 59 and a half, and I'm going to partially retire at whenever I can get the heck out of here. You know, maybe 3 years, maybe 5 years. I don't know, maybe 4, maybe sooner. I don't know. But, and then the rest of the time until I'm 59 and a half, because longshoremen, it's kind of a different thing. We pick when we work. When we want to work, we go down and pick a job from our dispatch hall. So I can work as much as I want. I have to have a minimum of 800 hours, but you know, that actually works out to 7 months out of the year, 2 weeks out of the month. I can do that. And then I'm going to work Scentsy full-time forever. Because Scentsy is my happy place. That's where I find my joy. That's where I find my happiness. And I cannot wait. I already have plans how I'm going to work my business there, because I have to work it different than here. I'm going to go to all the churches. There are no Scentsy consultants on the Scentsy.com site for that town. So they better look out, because I'm coming and I'm bringing Scentsy. And I'm so excited. That is my why. That is my why. And it's achievable. It's very achievable. And just thinking about how I can provide my girls who are going to struggle forever, how I can provide them. Yeah, they're mobile homes, but you know, don't judge me. I can buy 3 of them. Okay. I can buy 3 of them and put them on land for the price of this little tiny house that I live in California, you know, 1,100 square feet. It's so pricey here. And I can buy land, and they will have no mortgage. Do you know how much that relieves me? That I can give my kids places to live forever. All they got to come up with is whatever taxes. You know, for a mom with autistic kids, that's huge. That is huge. If I was to stay here, I mean, it's going to take me forever to pay this house off, you know, and what happens, you know, working on the docks is very, very, very dangerous. People die down there, and they die ugly, you know, and I work from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. How long do I want to do that? You know, it's just going to Arizona and working my Scentsy business full time. That's what I want to do. I want to help raise my grandkids, be home for my girls, and be home for my grandkids. You know, that's what I want to do. And it's doable because of Scentsy. And it's really exciting because I know it's not that far away. That's what keeps me in love with Scentsy. That's what keeps me just, I just love, first of all, I love the products. That's what brought me to Scentsy. Then the people are amazing. And then, you know, earning trips. Oh, you guys, it's so fun. It's so, so fun. That's my why. I want to be there for my grandkids. I want to be able to provide for my family and do it, you know, working my own business for a company that I love. I love it. So that's it. That's my why. So that was my why and my Scentsy story, and it's still valid. Once again, Scentsy for the win. I'm off work for my knee replacement, and I'm living off my Scentsy money. I just got my first disability check, so thank goodness. But up until then, it was my Scentsy money. So Scentsy for the win. We still want to move to Arizona. As a matter of fact, last year in December, we went again. We love it. So all the updates, we ended up going to Disney World, and I took my youngest and my oldest, and we had the best time. I made new Scentsy friends. Oh my gosh. So that's it. That's my Scentsy story and my why. Let me know what you think. And I hope all is well with you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.